Then you gotta breathe together.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is OCCW Royal Ramble with B.A. Marcus Frey,
What up?
Jonathan Malice, and Azrael.
Yes, no more treaties, no more half measures. I am a vampire.
Here, obviously, the hand of time only gently strokes my face, while it chokes you, Jonathan Malice, until you call it daddy. That's why it's father time.
Hey, black don't crack, though.
Time has put a beating to you, has put the boots to you, old man. But I am unfazed. I am only getting stronger.
No, I was born old, that's true, but unlike my contemporary Benjamin Button, I continued to age. Now, for those of you who are not sure who the man to my left is, he is the new, one half of the new tag team champions of Orange County. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Jonathan Malice. This is Azrael. This is B.A. Marcus Frey. We are OCCW, and this is the Royal Ramble. I am your most hated man in SoCal Wrestling. And,
True.
well, we have our most hated tag team in SoCal Wrestling joining us.
Yeah, and I'm getting sick of people just saying Azrael the new, like he won these damn titles by himself.
I am the greatest tag team champion in OCCW history. I am a three-time champion.
Well, let's see if you hold on to it longer than a month this time.
For those of you not in the know, was it 2 weeks ago? A week ago? We had the Heartbreak City Battle Royal, and these two went and took the titles from Team Exodus on their way out the door. It was... Sorry?
It was a walk in the goddamn park. That's what it was.
It was not a walk in the park.
This time I saw the baton coming. Fool me once, Tony Ray, shame on you. Fool me twice, maybe also shame on you. Fool me 3, 4, and 5 times, that would have been shame on me. So this time, I saw it coming and got out of the way of the international object.
So that being said, we have new tag team champions. We also have a new heavyweight champion, but that we're going to talk about that a little later. And we'll go into details about the Bushido Cup in just a little bit. But first, I want to talk to you about, obviously, this weekend was WrestleMania weekend. A lot of things happened. I hate to say it, guys. I just don't like to watch WrestleMania, right? It's like watching...
You hate fun.
It's like watching the Super Bowl when it's a blowout. It's just very uninteresting to me.
Is it the fact that it's in color? Does that confuse you? Like, what?
It's not in flip book.
However, I will say this. I did actually see Bret Hart's... Hall of Fame speech, and I was watching it.
The moment that made WrestleMania weekend.
When the fit hit the shan. Yeah, you know what? Now, I don't have an opinion on this, per se, but I've been hit up by a few people, not so much in the wrestling world as we are, say, hey, John, did he really get attacked, or was that a public... Wait a minute. Did he really get attacked? Was that a stunt to bring more eyeballs to WrestleMania? Because it was all over the news and whatnot.
Well, I wasn't going to watch WrestleMania, but if you tell me a crazed fan might run in the ring,
Well, it makes me sick at the fact that people think that everything in wrestling is fake. I'm like, we got dumbass fans just like football does, just like baseball does, just like everything else. People want to take matters into their own hands and get their fucking face punched in.
Yeah, that guy looked he looked like he's seen the wrong end of a friggin' few shoot punches. What did you think?
Billy Gunn ain't nobody to screw around with. I believe Billy Gunn was...
Yeah, and not only you got Travis Brown out there, too. I mean, that dude, he might not be the baddest man in an octagon, but when you're standing in the crowd of a bunch of wrestling fans...
Yeah. But believe it or not, this guy's history, the kid that tackled Brett, he actually had an MMA background. He's studying to be an MMA fighter.
How'd that work out for you?
Honestly, Ronda Rousey's husband...
I mean, there's only one question to that. How did that work out for you? You can take all the training you want, but when you got 7-8 wrestlers that lift weights and clang and bang every goddamn day, it's not gonna matter.
Shoot that double on Braun Strowman and see how it goes for you when he rips your legs off and beats you to death with that.
Okay, so what is the official word from Bret Hart? Was he injured at all? Is he?
No, he was good. He came right back out. He went right back to the microphone.
Yeah, he went right back up to the podium.
Like a champion.
All right, good. And the kid, what are they gonna do with him? Is he?
He's now banned from all wrestling events.
Honestly,
they're burying him with Jimmy Hoffa.
Give me a call.
Now they're around in the New York area. He ain't gonna be heard from again.
We got a match for you. What's his name?
I have no idea. You have fun with that.
Yeah, I got
The Simpsons got it right again. Have you ever seen Bret Hart versus the guy in the Rastafarian hat?
exactly.
Homer.
Okay, that said,
Local man ruins WrestleMania.
we have a new World Wrestling Federation set of champions. Who cares to comment first? I know in the past you've been real vocal about your support or lack thereof of the black champions. So take it away, B.A. Marcus Frey.
A moment in history. That's what it was. A moment in history. I can have this smile on my face only because it shows you that when you have a voice in this nation, sometimes the man with the money will listen to you. And God damn it, they listen to us today. So with that, I'd like to say congratulations to the great Black Hope, Mr. Kofi Kingston.
All right.
Well,
I'm going to second that.
praise the Lord.
It's a new day.
Damn right. I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, this little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine. We don't have to wade in the water no more.
All right, what did you think of that? Of A, of the match, and B, of the outcome?
I think it's a long time coming for Kofi Kingston.
Yeah.
Good for Kofi Kingston. It's one thing to put Booker T and give him the WCW title, but this is the first time you have like Kofi Kingston taking it to the forefront.
Right.
WrestleMania is about building a new crowd every year, trying to reach out to people, trying to expand the business. And Kofi Kingston reaches out to a group of people that haven't been reached out to.
Hey, you might get half of Chicago watching WWE now. God damn it! Instead of shooting each other, they might actually start tuning in.
Yeah, that was great. And Kofi Kingston, no one deserves it more than him. All right.
And Drew Master says, I cried when Kofi Kingston won the big deal.
Well, Drew Masters cries a lot, so that doesn't.
What this man?
The dragon sitting on the other end of the couch. All right. Okay, and let's talk about the main event.
Ronda Rousey.
Yeah.
See, I don't know if that went exactly how we had planned for it to go. I
mean-
think Ronda Rousey was like, no, not today.
Well,
I got other business.
It's going to be great when your main event makes it on Botchamania more than once. I mean, it could have been better. I'll leave it at that. For me, it could have been better.
So you think that Charlotte? Did it look like Charlotte was carrying the match?
What it looked like was two individuals that didn't want one individual to win that damn match, so they didn't give it their all. When you're told, hey, guess what? You're not winning this one, and you go in and you half-ass it. That's literally what it was.
Okay.
The two of them went in and half-assed it because two titles now became one.
So what you're saying is that women are now taking on that same shitty attitude that the men have?
I mean, they always have, but now now people are actually starting to take notice.
Okay, interesting. And
you have WrestleMania is always about growing the business, reaching out to new fans. So reaching out to the female fans and the mainstream and the UFC fans with Ronda Rousey, it helps to grow the business.
Right.
It's not always your best match that they put on last. They've had Lawrence Taylor versus Bam Bam Bigelow, probably not the best match that there was going to be. But he's from the NFL, so they put it on ESPN, and it brings millions and millions more eyeballs, views, whatever.
Now, speaking of black fans, what do you think about Thugonomics returning to?
That was great.
What the hell?
Yes, finally. John Cena as he should be, by God.
I mean, as a longtime wrestling fan, I was excited to see that for a moment.
Yeah.
And I marked out a little bit when I heard the violin. I was like, all right, here we go. It's about time. I was just waiting for The Rock to come back too. But of course, they can't afford that anymore.
Hulk Hogan was there. What do you love Hulk Hogan? I was
And
looking for the special guest
Let's
referee
move on
for
to
the
talk about the
Kofi
next
match.
segment. Let's move on to talk about the next, because if I talk about that, people are going to be sitting there talking about, oh, now you're racist.
So overall, would you give WrestleMania thumbs up, thumbs in the middle, thumbs down?
Thumb in the middle for me.
I liked it. It's an interesting show because the main event's not going to be the most physically intense match on the card. Yeah. So I know there was at least a couple of guys who downshifted.
Right.
Because the main event's supposed to be the top. So to avoid taking all the shine off the main event, Seth Rollins didn't do everything that Seth Rollins usually does.
Which is sad.
Bryan
Which is
didn't do everything
sad
Daniel
though,
Bryan
because
did.
like that's the thing is we sit there and we talk about it as though it's like because of the fact that it was a women's wrestling match, it wasn't going to be the best. But I've seen women's wrestling matches on NXT that have blown the men's matches out of the water. I mean, and if you need an example, go back and watch Asuka versus Nikki Cross. I mean, that my jaw was on the floor when it was a last man standing match, and literally it felt like two men going at it for a last man standing match. Like they did almost more than any of the last man standing matches I've seen in the last 5 years.
So,
but you would think that the best male athletes on earth would be better than the best female athletes on earth. If I take the strongest man on earth, he's going to bench press more than the strongest woman. The best male fighter would beat the best female fighter.
In one aspect, yes.
And the flip side would be figure skating, gymnastics. You know, the women would probably be better, right? But I see your point.
No, even in figure skating, you've seen Brian Boitano. Yes,
Oh,
the
yeah.
dude's doing the 17 flips in the air and all kinds of the craziness, and even tennis.
He's got a point as far as ability.
Do people watch the NBA or the WNBA? Who's making more money?
And that's the thing is, as far as ability levels, yes, some things might be greater than others, but when you put it all together, sometimes a woman can do it just as good. You know,
what you're seeing.
But I look at AJ Styles versus Randy Orton, and then AJ Styles doesn't even break out the Styles Clash. I would have, they downshifted from the usual WrestleMania. I do my finish 3 times, you do your finish 4 times. It's like they knew what the show was going to be. Everybody played team ball.
But that also might have came. That all might have also came from the
behind us. I mean, is there something wrong going?
We're live from New York.
It's Saturday
night.
All right, moving along.
But I think that on that, before we move on, I also think that the downshift might also come from the fact that there were 12 goddamn matches on the card. You know, like you got to downshift a little bit when you know the show's going to run for a good 15 hours.
What was the official runtime on that?
We started watching at 3 to 11, right? It's about 3 to 11. Yeah.
7 hours?
Yeah, I was pretty turned by
That's
the
8
main
hours.
matches coming out. I watched some of them today, so I could remember what happened.
Unreal. Okay.
But yeah.
When a person can fall asleep and wake up with a second wind and the show is only halfway done, that kind of tells you it's a little long.
Yeah, well, our show isn't going to go that long. The podcast.
I mean, we could do it though.
Yeah, maybe one day we will when we do a marathon.
Every match be an Iron Man match.
One of these days. But for now, our podcast, we try to keep it under an hour and a half these days.
Sometimes.
Intercontinental being the semi-main was weird.
Yeah,
because it's like every other belt, and then the Intercontinental belt.
Yeah.
Like I know it's like the palate cleanser before the main happens, like whatever.
Yeah,
like,
and the way that they did it too, where it was just like, hey, we pushed Bobby Lashley as this like polarizing figure all the way leading up to this, and then we're gonna shit on him again.
Finn Balor ain't nothing to play with.
I guess when he's the demon. Hey, maybe you should have done that when you got your title shot against Brock Lesnar. That would have been a great idea.
How old were you when you really wanted to become a professional wrestler, or thought about being?
12 years old.
12 years old. How about you?
Probably 16.
About 16, yeah. For me, I was about 15, and I really wanted to get involved in the wrestling business. And you know what? In my age, at that time,
Abraham Lincoln struck you. You're like, that's what a man should be.
There was.
I thought he got into a fist fight with Moses and was like, "Hey."
For a young kid living in the woods, to have any sort of impact or have any draw toward the wrestling. My wrestling life consisted of the Aftermags and cable TV and watching WTBS and the syndicated shows for the WWF.
I thought it was your first match of watching David versus Goliath, and then you said like, "Hey,
I said, hey, Dave, why don't you get 5 of those smooth stones from the river?"
So it was you that came up with that idea.
It was my idea, and like Tony said, hey, David went over in that match. Our first guest of the evening is a young man with a similar situation. Only now he finds himself in a world where he can actually make contact with the wrestling world that I could only dream of when I was his age. Ben, why don't you come on in, grab a chair, all right? Why don't you sit next to? Why don't you sit next?
Probably better.
Over there.
I'm a bad influence on the
Azrael, can you do me a favor? Jessica Sky's been blowing us up, saying why the shaved face? It's everything I'm reading here is why.
Because I'm getting younger. I've been awake,
Thank
and I'm
you.
part of the modern world. I'm here on the Facebook and the InstaTube, and I figured out how the social medias work.
Hey, Ben, welcome on the show. Can you
I'm
just
with
let
the
me know?
kids these days.
Jess, I'll tell you why. You know, he had court,
Hip.
right?
Don't be
He
telling
has a
people
court-
that.
he-
You're
he
gonna
has-
shoot on me, brother. You're gonna shoot on me.
Anyway, so you know when you're standing there in front of the judge, you want to put your best face forward.
I wear
the more
suits.
you look like the zigzag man, the less likely you are to get any clemency or leave.
It's because he knows that tag teaming with me, he's probably going to find more days in court, so he might as well prep.
Yes.
now.
Be ready for our
so you can
princess.
get in the shot there. All right.
There we go.
He's got to go to bed soon. Ask him some
know.
questions.
Okay, all right, Ben,
I'm fine.
It's a school night. What are you doing here on a school night?
Ben,
I'm fine.
He's a millennial. He stays up as late as he wants.
Call it Fortnite.
Ben, give us your full name. Tell us where you go to school, and tell us a little bit about why you're here today.
So I'm Ben Melendez. I'm age 16, and I go to John F. Kennedy in La Palma, down in Walker Street. And the reason why I'm here is because I'm here to talk about my high school's podcast, the Kennedy Strong podcast, and I'm also here to talk about the younger generation view on wrestling.
All right.
So we're gonna start off with my high school's podcast.
Tell us about your podcast.
Yeah.
How long is your podcast? How long have you been doing your podcast? And how many listeners do you? Or it's a podcast, so it's only audio, right?
Yeah.
How many listeners do you? Yeah, it's only audio. So it's not a video cast.
Podcast.
We're not doing video yet. Not just
Jeez. Anyway, so tell us how many listeners you reach, how long you've been doing it, and how long, etc. All the details.
All right. Well, listener-wise, we don't know yet, even though I should know. Forget that. But what we do is we talk about what's going on in the community and how it ties in with the school. And one episode we covered was about the OCCW company, and that was before the Heartbreak City. So we brought John onto the show, and we talked about what was going on, this and that, and the usual. And we covered a lot of other topics like mental health and how to deal with that.
Oh.
So
How do I deal with that? I've been searching for an answer to that for about 30 years,
Get
brother.
yourself a shrink. That's how you deal with it there.
It's called CBD.
I mean, if you
No.
cut some of the extracurricular activites out too, that might help. I mean,
Yeah, there
Yeah.
you go.
cut the stress.
Okay, tell us a little bit about your take
Oh,
on
he doesn't smoke stress.
Ben. Ben.
Oh jeez.
Ben. All right, staying on topic. Ben.
Yeah.
Ben.
Yeah.
I assume you saw WrestleMania this weekend.
Yes, I did.
Okay, what was your opinion? What was your favorite match? And what is your opinion on the Kofi Kingston and anything else you might want to tell us about?
Well, my favorite match, I really didn't have a favorite because it was a decent show. But
The highlight was Kofi winning the title.
exactly
Yeah.
that was my favorite.
That's what I thought.
And I already knew that Kofi was gonna win already.
I mean, I think we all did.
Yeah, because
It's been a long time coming.
exactly
Been a long
11 years.
time coming.
Now they're going to smoke Daniel Bryan's belts, and they're going to take the hemp championship and
Yeah.
light it on fire somewhere.
Well, you know,
Well, okay.
do what comes natural.
So, what did you? I'm sure you saw Bret Hart get jumped.
Actually, no, I did not.
Oh, you didn't see that?
No.
Okay.
They went to a black screen. You had to go on like Facebook Live
Oh, really?
to like look at.
Yeah, they are
It's
YouTube.
all over YouTube already. So
Yeah.
Yes.
It was.
entertaining.
Yeah,
wrong
it was
word,
more
dude.
interested. I was more interested in that than any of the matches.
So I'm
that's for
interested.
sure.
What is the young people's opinion of wrestling? Is it still cool? Are we cool?
Or is it still? Because I'm gonna be honest.
Is it for old people?
It was cool when I was a kid, and then when I was a teenager, when I got to your age, it was
Right.
something that we had to hide, that we
Yeah,
still
yeah.
watched it.
Well, I can
Like,
be cool about watching Mantar and like Duke the Dumpster
Right.
Drosy, and they're like, "You're 14, you're a grown man,"
Right.
kind of.
Well, it was easier to sell my friends. I remember it was easier to sell my friends on guys like Ricky Steamboat and Lex Luger. Like, look at that guy. Oh, he's yoked. Oh yeah. So they would watch, right?
It's not easy to
Yeah.
sell yourself on Duke the Dumpster Drosy.
No, exactly, because WWF sucked back then.
Sonny got me into it though. I remember seeing Sonny on the TV on Shotgun Saturday night, and I was like, "This is something I can relate to."
So what is your?
You know,
Do
I
you
got
have to
puberty.
hide your wrestling leanings there from your homies, or is it pretty much? We're talking about like it's a.
Maybe he has like a secret thing that he's doing.
No, is it, yeah.
Your friends think you're weird,
Is it-
then.
You just be you. Is it something that you have to like kind of keep to yourself, or do you have other friends who are wrestling fans at school, or what?
Well, I mean, since we have a wrestling sport at the school, people take an interest, but with professional wrestling, it's not really much of an interest, and I kind of have to hide that away. And people say that it's fake or they're not interested, so they're still into that stigma where it's like, yeah, wrestling's fake.
So shit ain't changed.
Exactly.
No. We still got that closed-minded bigotry against wrestling.
Exactly.
You know, I want people to be judged by the content of their character and not their preference in wrestling.
Exactly. But I mean, I took my friend to the Heartbreak City show, and he never saw a wrestling show either. And he really loved it and saw a different view of it because I also told him.
Nice kid.
Yeah.
I think when you see it live, you get appreciation for the reality of what's
Exactly.
going on. People are getting hit really hard. I am trying to knock his head off. He's 230 some odd pounds. People open their hand when they punch, but that's in the rules of wrestling. I can't punch with a closed fist.
I task anybody to step in the ring with Tony Reyes and take a chop and tell me that this shit's fake. This shit hurts.
Yeah,
He's 400 pounds. He knows how to fall. I can't fall with a 400-pound guy laying on me and not get hurt.
Fair enough.
And trust me, I hear those chops and I feel them.
Yeah,
send shivers down the spine.
You felt them. My asshole puckered.
Yeah, I love that.
Jesus.
No,
You shower
you're
alone
fine.
now.
You're fine. I seen way much worse at my school. I seen way much worse.
Yeah, but that's not the point. You know, adults are supposed to act like that.
Don't leave your kids with B.A. Marcus, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Want to go to a nudie bar? It's early. It's like 10.
We're going to have a drink after this.
I have one more question for you there, Ben.
Yeah.
What are you looking to pursue a future in multimedia? Is that what we call this multimedia podcast?
Multimedia.
Social media.
Yeah. No. Not
Media
social.
conglomerate.
Our future.
Instagram influencer. Premium Snapchat. I'm trying to make money. That's how it pays
We ask them
bills.
that every week, and the answer is always no.
Are you looking to pursue a career in pro wrestling? Are you looking to pursue a career in multimedia? Or are you trying to pursue a career in multimedia pro wrestling or pro wrestling multimedia?
Not in pro wrestling, but multimedia, yes, because I already do like my own YouTube videos and I do my own podcasting, and I do podcasting videos with not videos, but audio with the school.
There's a lot of fame in YouTube nowadays, John.
Is there?
A lot of
Yes.
fame.
Is that why everyone hates on me?
Yes, because we're trying to tell your ass, hey, latch on.
But we also
Roll with it.
See, what I think is interesting is how many more wrestling schools and how much more open the wrestling business is now, even than 16 years ago. Say, like, when I started or was interested. When I started, who was in the roles line? Samoa Joe, a young
John
man
Cena.
named the Prototype, who went on to some kind of prominence, I'm told.
Yeah, I
You know,
remember them.
people.
I knew both of them.
Othello when he was skinny. Frankie Kazarian and Christopher Daniels.
Yeah. Mike
And
Myers.
me at 135 pounds. And
Yeah.
I was like, I need something with a weight division. This is rough.
And it certainly has changed. And one of the, I talk to a lot of my friends, and they sound like my old man and his friends were like, kids today have all this blah, 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 they have it handed to them. I'm like, bullshit. I'm like, I look at my friends, and I'm like, dude, what did you do? Right? You sat on your ass, you smoked weed, and you watched MTV. The only difference is you watched it on the screen, you didn't watch it in your hand there like that. That's it. Kids still smoke weed and look at a screen.
Pretty
Sorry.
much.
I mean,
Nothing's
It's
changed,
like-
people.
Is that what
Kids is kids, you know?
All right, so don't talk like we friggin' invented the cure for cancer, that we crushed the Third Reich, or you know what I mean? So
I thought your generation did beat Hitler, though.
my grandfather.
Oh, okay. I thought you're Captain America or what.
Okay, Ben, I want to wish you luck on your future endeavors. Right?
you.
We're not future endeavoring you, but we are wishing you luck, and we're going to keep an eye on you. And of course, you are more than welcome. I'm going to give you before you go today. I'm going to give you some passes. Bring some more people from your school and your podcast. I had a chance to meet with that podcast crew. They're all welcome, and they're to be my guests. And I want to thank you for coming on.
All right, thank you.
Continued success.
Thank you.
Awesome.
We're gonna shake
Thank
your
you.
Hey.
hands. All right.
See you later. Stay in school. Stay in
Stay
school.
in school.
Say no to drugs.
Don't do drugs.
Big shout out to DJ SoCal, Jessica Sky, Brian Chass, Voodoo Masters is watching. Drew,
you can
Drew
watch
Masters.
it.
And
He hates the voodoo mask.
No, I'm just saying, you can watch it.
Mindy
Step your ass
Hinojosa.
back in the ring.
Love you, girl.
And that's much. Got a lot of people watching on it tonight. So,
Yeah.
who's
Okay.
our next guest?
Okay. Our nice kid, huh?
You can imagine we're like the cool thing to talk about at school. They're like, "Hey, you saw OCCW? Hey, that shit was crazy."
I mean, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that's
Just
right,
that
that's the truth.
conversation right there restored my faith a little bit in the youth of tomorrow.
Well, you know what? The youth of today.
The youth of tomorrow.
The youth of tomorrow
Nah.
hasn't been born yet.
Well, goddamn it, tomorrow's coming up faster than you know.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Our next guest needs no introduction. He is the owner, CEO, and tag team champion of the up-and-coming 3PW. And a real close friend of you boys.
Oh, he wanted to.
I thought he was your friend.
Hold
I'm
on.
pretty sure he's your friend.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tony Reyes.
I don't think he's
Tony
our friend.
Ray.
You want to
Now, why don't you take this?
Give it up.
All right,
You
Tony.
sit with him.
I mean,
All right.
he brought
We
his
won
own
fair and
chair.
square.
Yeah, you like
All right.
No
He brought his own chair. Look at it.
All right. All
You
right.
remember those days?
Yes, I do.
Shots on a hog's ass every now and then.
Yeah, hog's ass. All right, sit down. I like
Well, this
that.
hog's ass is sweet.
You know what? For that one, I'm gonna take this one. You can shower that.
You gotta fix some holes in the fence before the sun shine and the hog den before the tractor come
I don't
home.
know what that means, but it
Yeah.
sounds awful negative.
You ever try to catch
Hey,
a grease
who's the
hog?
12-year-old at the end of the table?
That's you know what?
I'm getting younger and younger while Tony's getting older and older.
Here's the thing. You know, they had an outbreak of lice at his school, and so they had to shave everything.
I
down.
believe that.
Yeah. Hey, it happens. It happens. Tony Reyes. I want to congratulate you on your success of 3PW, which stands for
Power Precision Pro Wrestling.
Power Precision Pro Wrestling. Now, for those of you who've heard the name 3PW maybe in the past, fill us in on that a little bit.
It's a company that Raina and myself bought from Gordon McCarthy out of Las Vegas. The company's been around for 2-3 years, and we're gonna take it into the future.
Yeah, I was able to go to your inaugural. Hey, a little respect.
Oh yeah, no.
I was able to go to your inaugural show. Had a packed house. Had some good matches. A couple of great matches. Mariah Moreno
That is
is
correct.
your women's champion. And hey, and so what are you looking to do next?
Well, we're gonna keep up the pace. We started everything real slow, and we're gonna stay that way. We're just gonna set it up and knock it down.
I feel you.
There's no sense in trying to rush. I don't want to do a show every month. I'm not prepared to do a show every month. So we're looking probably towards the end of June for our next show.
Okay.
So,
And so we're looking forward to that. Who are your champions across the board thus far?
right now, we only have 2 champions crowned right now.
Okay.
That's Mariah Moreno, who you already mentioned, and the heavy hitters, myself and Biggie Biggs. We're the tag team champions. We just defeated the Ballard brothers over at Cyprus at the fundraiser for the American Legion over there.
The Ballard brothers, a legendary tag team in Orange County. I know they were there when I took my first bump. They were, teaching a class.
The heavy hitters. Huh.
They have tag team championships.
They do.
We have tag team championships.
I think I own a victory over both the heavy hitters.
You're doing good. Both your wins so far.
So I mean that's not too bad.
Hey, can we show some courtesy to our
Oh
guest?
no, I meant mad respect. So
All right.
Basically, it sounds like he wants me to make his butthole pucker again.
No, don't pucker his butthole. So, hey.
It's all right. There's something else that's puckering my butthole nowadays.
Okay, let's start.
Sorry, Azrael. I didn't know you guys were like that.
Real quick, Tornado's saying Tony Reyes is whack with no skates. Laugh emoji. I don't know what that means.
What
Inside
does
joke
whack with
between
no skates mean?
I don't know.
something that he's Tornado's shooting at you.
Now, D'Lo Brown is involved with 3PW.
He is. Very
You know how
much
you
so.
could get him for cheaper right here.
I didn't get that one.
Hey, look, just throw on the bulletproof vest. You do the frog splash. Who's to know?
I get it.
Just because,
I'm just trying to get you a booking.
just because I took the sky high and made
These,
it look
these,
beautiful.
You
these
do
are your
that
guys
very
right here.
nice.
Hold on now. Come on. Let's not stop talking about some of the guys you got on your roster. All right.
And Sin Bodhi. Sin Bodhi's in 3PW.
He was just at the Cypress show. Yes, he was. He's
Owner, operator, I think trainer at the Snake Pit in Las Vegas.
Absolutely. And, he runs Freak Show, and he also is attached with the Lucha Libre Las Vegas.
Well, exciting stuff, in the works for 3PW. Now, of course, Tony's been gracious enough to allow us to use his ring for some of our shows, and we've shared talent, shared equipment, back and forth. Continued success in the future. Looking forward to working with you and some of these other local federations in the future. I had a question for you. You watched WrestleMania, at least some of it, right?
Absolutely.
You're a grown man. You can't sit in front of TVs for 7 hours and watch. Did you watch the whole thing? Okay. Anyway, your opinion of the overall show. Your opinion of the overall show, and then I have another question.
It did seem like it drug on a little bit.
Solid sequence.
I was hoping for a little more out of a few of the people, but
Right?
John Cena surprised me. I ain't gonna lie about that. Yeah, I popped.
There's nothing wrong with that. If you're a wrestling fan and you cheer, nothing is more pathetic to me as a promoter. I've wrestled, I've promoted, I've done all this stuff with wrestling, right? Nothing is more pathetic than the guys who sit here, they're pros, right? They're in the business,
Right.
and they watch it like this.
No.
I will not be moved.
It's like you
not
guys.
impressed.
I will neither cheer nor boo.
You guys are. You know what? You guys are dickheads. I mean,
I'm
that's all
so
you-
smart.
That's the only way you can put it, because it's like why are you watching if you?
Because on the inside they're giddy like schoolgirls.
Or all they're doing is talking smack. You know what I mean? Like,
I could do that better. Well, when your ass gets that contract, let me know.
yeah. Now, my question to you, Tony, is I've had this problem before in the past. I've actually booked shows that ran the same day as WrestleMania, while WrestleMania was in Anaheim, and we still did our show. I was like, well, you know what? Vince didn't ask me if he could do a show, right? I'm not going to cancel my show just because there's a WrestleMania. Right. And did it affect us? Sure it did. Did it kill us? No. My chief concern was when someone said, hey, someone I had booked on the show, right?
Right.
I won't mention his name. Well, I won't mention their names, but they already know what I think of them. He says to me, I go, hey, okay, I have you against this guy for the show. Oh, I'm watching WrestleMania that day. I'm like, wait, let me get this right. I booked you for the show. You're a professional wrestler, right? Yeah, but I want to watch WrestleMania. I'm like, so you want to watch wrestling rather than be wrestling?
Well, at least he was honest and didn't say that he got injured.
Things happen.
All right, we'll get to that.
Things happen.
But
It's a dangerous game we play.
Your opinion on wrestlers who opt out of bookings so that they can watch wrestling.
Lack of heart.
Okay, can you expound on that?
Absolutely. It's a simple fact. When I was trying to break into the business, I did whatever it took. Oh, you need me to move a ring? No problem. I moved a ring.
Right.
Oh, you need me to drive somebody to 4 hours away? No problem. I drove 4 hours away, pick up this guy. You do whatever it takes. If you want it, you're going to find a way to do it. If not, you're going to have an excuse for everything. But, it doesn't matter if it's a family thing. If you want to do this as a job, if you want to do this as a professional, you're going to do whatever it takes to do your job. When I first started, I was refereeing. Mm-hmm. And I refereed all over the place, all over SoCal. To the point to where the booker for the place that I was training at goes, you're getting more bookings than my other guys. What's the deal?
All right.
And it was the fact that was my work ethic. That's what I did. That's what I wanted to be in this business. So I was going to do whatever it took to get there. So, now as if I put out an invitation to somebody, hey, I got this gig at the road, looking for a little help.
All right.
I get crickets.
Yeah.
Crickets. Nobody has the heart. Nobody has the drive. It seems like that a lot of people get complacent in being where they are.
Is it because? Let me ask you this: is it because that there's just so much more wrestling now here in SoCal than there used to be, or is it something else?
I don't know.
Okay.
Honestly, I don't know. You know, it's one of those things where it's like, I quit asking.
Yeah.
You know, it's like somebody comes to me, hey, can you help us get a tag team? Yeah, I could try to do that, you know. So I'll start putting out feelers, and then nothing, crickets. It's like, really? And it'd even be a local gimmick.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, really?
Right.
No,
So
I'm sorry, real quick, guys. I have some fans asking between both you guys, will there ever be a cross promotion event between 3PW and OCCW?
Yes.
There's your answer, folks.
Damn, Tony didn't even get to get his mouth.
Sorry, did you want to say something?
There you go. There's your answer.
Don't even worry about answering that.
Who asked that question? Who asked that question?
A fan, just a fan that wants to
Which
keep
one?
silent.
What is this fan's name?
He's a part of a Hispanic
Is
group.
it Dustin Lawyer?
Yeah, Dustin Lawyer.
Well,
yeah.
look, Dustin Lawyer, let me tell you something, all right? You know, when we do a cross-promotion, and, you know, there's other companies that we will involve. When we do that, we're going to have a special section for your dog and your lobster so that you can bring them both and no harm will come to them, all right? So, Dustin, yes, we will do cross-promotional stuff for you, your lobster, and your dog. I know that's because, frankly, I think that's all he has.
Yeah, and there'll be a special boiling pot waiting for that lobster.
Don't listen to the man.
My favorite.
Okay.
You know all about that,
Now,
Yeah.
now I want to
Jambalaya.
I want to bring this back to your matches together. You boys had a match with him and his partner, Bulletproof, that ended when Bulletproof wound up underneath you. Was it?
Well, Bulletproof learned that no matter what kind of vest you wear, when you get punched in the mouth, it still hurts.
What does the future hold for Tony Reyes and Team Exodus?
you know, I don't know yet.
Okay.
You know, we got to go back to the drawing board and see what the future has in store for us here at Orange County.
Yeah, you know what? Well, we've got a pretty big gig in the works. And we're going to talk to the GCF guys and the VWE guys as well. It's going to take a cross-promotional type of situation to fill this thing up. And I want to thank you for coming tonight. I want to wish you continued success. Is there any sponsors or anyone you wanted to mention on the air before you go? How about the posts that hosts?
The post that hosts the most?
Yeah.
Well, anytime you guys get a chance to help out any of the American Legions, whether it's 716 where you guys run, whether it's 295 where I'm a member at over here in Cyprus, or whether it's 496 where we run in Long Beach, you know, it's veterans helping veterans. You can't go wrong there. Despite whether you want to stand up for the national anthem or kneel down or, you know.
Don't kneel down at an American Legion post.
Be smart, you know. Don't disrespect people that, you know, been there, done that.
Well, that's another discussion for another time. But I want to tell you thanks, Tony.
Absolutely.
I wish you continued success.
I will say congratulations on those belts, and
We'll keep them right here if you ever want another opportunity at them.
I've heard a little story, but we'll save that for another time.
I don't know what he means by that.
Oh,
but
we're
I'm
telling
sure
bedtime stories now.
It may be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 more times that I'll be screwing you over, Danny.
I believe you.
Yeah.
I'm watching you. I'm watching you.
Now, real quick, Azrael's getting a lot of hype right now with his new look. I mean, a lot of people are saying that he, Othello of all people, Othello said he looks like Brad Pitt.
You know, we have our problems, but some things we agree on.
He looks like Madonna.
I'm
And
a material girl.
And Christine Nicole says he must be selling Girl Scout cookies.
I gotta make money some kind of way, Joey the Bull. We can't all just sell drugs, Joey the Bull.
That's what they're telling me over here. Oh, and by the way, Rachel's watching.
Hey, babe. Okay.
Hi, Yoga Star.
Hi, Rachel.
Why you gotta say it like that?
Oh, see, now I said it all nice.
You know what?
Why I gotta say it like that?
I said it nice too, John. I mean, I said hi, Rachel.
At least I didn't
You just
say
watch yourselves. Hey,
I said,
Hey, Yoga Star.
our next guest.
she's the
Our
great yoga
next guest.
instructor. Have respect.
Our next guest.
respect.
You know what?
He's just being polite. What do you want him to do?
Oh,
Go to
you're
bed,
nice.
woman.
You're nice. All right. We'll see what happens next time CJ writes in.
We're gonna sign
All
up
right.
for
Sometimes
yoga.
you just gotta put it on the table.
All right, now someone's just being stupid. All right, our next guests. That's guests plural. They are also a promotion running here in Orange County. Right? They are known as Global. Oh, I'm sorry. Gold.
Damn, you can't get the name.
All right, let's hear it.
Gold Coast Federation.
The Gold Coast, not the Go Coast.
Gold
Coast.
Gold.
It's the Gold Coast.
Coast with a W.
They
It's
ain't
on
the
the west.
Harlem Globetrotters.
Gold
Racist
Coast
bastard. He said the Globetrotters.
The Gold Coast Federation. All right, Joe and I'll let you guys introduce them.
They the men that still haven't contacted me yet for my booking.
One on the other side.
I mean, you showed up without the booking last
Well, damn it, I'm gonna have to do that every time.
Thank you.
I mean, did we call this before and after?
See, if we just saved up our own money, we could have our own wrestling promotion.
well.
There's a roadmap to follow. I'm gonna be like Jamal Wallace over here.
One day.
Look like a big old double stuffed Oreo cookie.
Get all close together now.
You have to lean in.
We can
All
all
right,
come
this is
together.
starting to look like the goddamn Brady Bunch. So here's what I'm gonna do.
Last Supper. What are you talking
Here's
about?
I'm an Oreo.
all right. Judas isn't here, so
It's your first time in between two big black men?
Hello.
No.
This century.
No, he's used to it.
It's 2019. It's okay now.
I'm telling you right now.
'Cause he's kinda
next
shaking
level,
right now.
next level, he got a
for
good
you.
taste.
I'm for it. I can be on that. Let's all be on it.
Oh,
we
Jesus
shall rise
Christ.
above. Oh, Jesus.
well, he's Irish,
It's
so
a
technically
new
he's
day.
I think we all could be on him.
We all terrible to the
black.
English people.
Oh yeah, I will see it. Oh really?
Oh, no.
Okay. So I didn't say anything.
Whatever you want it.
Don't go running to your lawyer or rolling with my thugs.
Just real quick, they're saying Azrael looks like Molly Ringwald from 16 Candles.
She a beautiful woman. Thank you. God bless the fans. See, this is why I don't like these people.
No, he don't look like Molly Ringwald, but he look like her little brother from 16 Candles.
Oh, Anthony Michael Hall. You
That
do
bully
kind
from
of
the
look like
Christmas
it.
story.
Who grew up to be Paul Heyman. Honest client. The kid with the yellow eyes.
Damn.
Gold Coast Federation is due to host a show here at the Della O Training Center on
June 1st.
June 1st, 2019, and it is called.
Injustice for All.
I'm going to let you guys take it away.
Thank you. Well, it's my first appearance since getting my skull caved in
You healed up nicely.
by someone's team over there.
Freddie Helmuth is terrible.
Divine intervention. Well, Helmuth, swatted me, but the footprint the next day I think was left from you.
It's a fine wrestling shoe that I
It's
wear.
a-
The basics, Freddie Helmuth spit on a war hero once.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
I was like, we're trying to not get fired. He don't care.
So
He's
does
like,
it.
So he's
whatever.
clearly a
That is
little
one man that
Everywhere
does
we
not
go.
give a
That was
damn.
funny.
He beats up the security people.
Just
He
gave
beats
a
up
shower.
war hero. He was in charge.
He spit on
here.
a church lady once.
Ah, yeah, we beat up a pastor.
Oh, I
on his-
remember that.
On his birthday. On his birthday, we beat up the pastor of the church. Wrestling happened after.
I mean, I thought we were cool, which is why I said it like 30 times at the show. I'm like,
I
we
said,
cool?
"We were so
we
cool,
cool?
baby,
We cool?
so
We cool?
cool."
And then next thing I know, I'm getting stomped on the ground. I was out. Luckily, I didn't feel the kendo stick colliding, and that was enough to KO me.
But we all heard it.
Everyone heard it.
It echoed through the.
I knew for the next 2 weeks with the lump on my head what happened, but
We've got video footage to show you in case you've got the post-traumatic, concussion syndrome.
yeah, I needed RJ to explain what happened to me. But
I'm sorry about all that. I feel like we've done enough to you, and it just keeps happening and happening. And I'm like, Freddie Helmuth, stop what you're doing.
Listen, Freddie Helmuth is gonna get his. Okay, you're cool.
no, don't say that to him. You can't say we're cool. It doesn't work
yeah,
though.
yeah. I guess that's like the bad thing to say to any of them. You alright? You alright? You alright?
Yeah. See, I don't say the whole word no more. Consonants and vowels are for peasants.
Yeah.
Consonants. Without consonants and vowels, what are there?
Runes.
Sounds.
Mumble rap.
Mumble rap.
I watched Lean On Me. Pull up your pants, Sam's.
All right, so
You can invite
this will be your fourth card.
This will be our fourth event.
Your fourth event. You have who's on the card and.
I can tell you my champion, Danny Limelight, will be there defending his SoCal championship.
Sure about
Your champion. Your champion.
My champion, handpicked.
He kind of fled and left you to the wolves, though.
I,
He
he-
ran.
hey,
He didn't try to help you.
I told him, I said, Danny, get out of here. This isn't your fight. I thought I was going to, smooth things out. Didn't really go the way I thought it would.
Look
But
how
he
that
had,
ended,
I
man.
asked him to leave, the Cadillac was going into business for himself, challenging. I can tell you right now, he's not a number one contender. What did he do to come after that title?
So you
He
asked
brought out 5 other dudes and beat you over the head with his
Well,
stick.
that's great.
If you
I'm
wanna
not an
keep being
active
healthy,
wrestler, so how does attacking the commissioner makes you number one contender now?
Ruthless aggression.
Doesn't work that way.
asked
Doesn't-
your champion to leave and he ended up in Cancun. How does that work?
He fled to another country because
sure
Divine
did.
Intervention came to the ring.
How does that work, bro?
And where you helped me, you ran up the ropes, fell into the ring.
Yeah, why did I do that? Why did I
You
help
tell
you
me.
out, man? Like, gee.
The one thing I can say that DI did right is they made me realize I need to actually work with you, or else morons like this are gonna run wild.
Morons like exactly.
Hey, wait a minute. Hey, that was a master plan that we concocted. First we were going to fight each other, then we didn't, then we beat everybody at the end. Genius.
I already told y'all before that show to hit your wagon to a bigger, better horse, and yet you still.
My horse is separate but equal, thank you very much.
BA, if you tell me right now that you're not with him and any of his friends, I'll book you on the spot.
Clearly,
I damn sure ain't no
they have
divine
talent.
intervention. I can tell you that.
I got
There
to
you
vouch for him
go.
on that.
BA Marcus Frey will be at Injustice. Booked.
Word life.
So that's
All
how,
right, so
that's how we
you're
book
gonna you just okay. For those of you who missed that,
trifling.
Hey,
BA Marcus,
niggas gotta get his come up.
hey,
Salam alaikum.
we ain't dropping no N bombs on this show. All right.
Shazam.
I don't care.
Might not be, but damn it, when I got another brother on
He
the
said
show.
Nicholas. He said Nicholas.
He said Nichols.
I said a nickel. I said ninja.
In any case, for those of you who miss it, my ninja here, Marcus Frey, will be on the Gold Coast Federation. Injustice for All. That is June 1st
It was NAACP
at
right
the
this
Della
down.
O Training Center.
Well,
A little more of the card. What else you got going on there?
I can tell you I'll be debuting a new championship
Oh, goodness.
right here. Let's
Goodness.
flip
Upside
that right
down?
side up.
There we go.
This is the UV division, which I started last show.
Does that stand for unshaved?
This is for those that
say that.
I didn't say it.
It's not the 70s no more, John.
Oh, hey.
I mean, I was using the medical term.
This is for those that like the ultra-violent lifestyle. What that means,
Violent.
ultra-violent.
Ultra-violent. Okay.
And for all the marks out there, no, it's not another hardcore title. No, it's not a garbage belt. This is for those that don't need to be held down by the rules. I don't need to see weapons in every match for this, but isn't it nice to know you don't need to go for rope breaks? You don't need to get counted out. There's nothing holding you back. That's what this division is
Is it a
about.
pinfall anywhere?
Let's say, yeah, you're not held down by the rules.
Oh, just what we need. Marcus Frey showing up.
Commissioner.
Showing up while you're getting
Right.
a massage and pulling the towel tight. No thanks. No thanks.
So everything that we hate about divine intervention, you made a division after.
They're not the only ones that like to live that lifestyle. Maybe someone's going to come out and exact revenge on them in these matches.
I lost the tag team titles once, and I took a U-Haul and ripped a man's car in half. That was ultra violent. I ran over 3 homeless people because I don't give a damn.
Took out a bunch of
You know what I
bushes
mean?
and yes, and I
don't see
didn't
me
get
in
my
the alley no
security
more,
deposit back.
I mean,
Thank you for that, by the way.
You're welcome.
Hey,
The
clean up
homeless
Beach
people don't
Boulevard.
give a
Why
shit.
not? Shit, who needs it? But I mean, you know what? Okay, you were right about one thing. We need to have each other's back, somewhat. So I'll support this UV division.
You finally.
Okay, what else you got?
I could always use another piece of gold around my waist too. Damn it.
I mean, that's silver, but all right.
Well, whatever.
You hit people with
Well,
bats and
that's
stuff.
actually black metal.
It is.
Black metal, black champion, same thing. Black owner.
But hey,
Hey.
Well, that was my announcement. RJ, who else you got booked?
Oh, I mean, I guess Divine Intervention will be there. Wasn't by choice, but
I cried when Kofi won. Hey, I cried, man. Just so you know.
Don't go kissing my
I
ass
wept.
now,
I was like,
See, I don't think you cried for the same reason.
You cried for the same reason Vince cried.
Right.
It was like, God,
We had to do it. We had to.
not for that Jackie Robinson, I'd be playing Major League Baseball right now. They took her
Damn Dominican.
Like saying if it wasn't for Will Chamberlain, I'd be playing basketball.
Right, with a little short man. I shoot a good jumper. By God, I play fundamental.
Anyway,
Oh, what else you got on the card? Or is the card finalized?
we have Mikey O'Shea who will be back for Injustice for All, looking to get his hands on that. Your leader.
It's about time for Mikey O'Shea to get another victory in Orange County, so he better put in some work before he gets on this card.
Oh, so now we throwing shots after we just booked you, bro.
Well, I'm throwing shots at Mikey. Come on, Mikey, get a win, baby. Get a win. Step the game up.
I mean, it's hard when all 6 of us are there, though. I mean, we've screwed him over fiendishly on numerous occasions.
That's
you know,
true.
I blame him.
He's not very good at the numbers game.
And also on our card, sorry, John. We have your OCCW champion Goose Nuberstud on the card.
You don't have to apologize to me. He might take another one of your championships. We're gonna get to that in a minute, right? And let's think about that for a minute. You know, the most hated man in SoCal, his champion winds up controlling all the championship belts in the territory.
Hot right
Oh
now.
my goodness! Oh my
that's
goodness!
the way to get some heat, brother.
Yes.
Fire.
Maybe we'll get 4 people to vote for him on the SoCal Uncensored website, and he'll win the whole thing. Is it 4 or 5? All right, something like that. Who knows, man?
I second that.
Yeah.
Hey, if
What a
SoCal
joke.
Uncensored
What a
started power
joke.
ranking, right now Gooston would be #1.
Are they
Tell you that.
Are they somewhat relevant enough to do that?
Hell no. That's exactly what I said.
You know what? The only relevance they have is that they managed to piss people off. And then you look at the little numbers right next to all the shit they put up, and you're like, why am I getting pissed off about this? No one is reading this but you. And you've read it twice, and it has 5 reads.
I keep telling you, we give them more
I know.
publicity
I know.
than
You're
any
right.
other
You're right.
wrestling company.
So don't go watch
I mean,
it.
they've got their finger on the pulse. They rank up and comers like
Their
Rob Van Dam and Pentagon among Southern California's elite. So, like,
Oh
we
man.
should do something with that RVD boy. Seems like a fountain of athleticism.
A fountain of athleticism.
I saw PCW. He was very sharp.
All right. Is that your card or?
That's
Well, that's the okay. So once again, give us the details: who, what, where, when. All right, we know the who.
That is
what, where,
June
when.
1st. Injustice for All, right here at the Delo Jiu-Jitsu Training Center.
Ticket prices? Where are they available?
They are going to be up next week at purplepass.com. We'll get
Everything's
you
on
the link.
CP time.
No, everything is not on CP time. No, I know what that means. I know Chicano people time.
I mean,
no.
we start our shows on time. But
Yeah.
It's not a lucha show, so yeah.
6 o'clock? Is it going to be 6 o'clock?
6
Time.
o'clock.
Be there at 5:45 or you're late.
Bell time.
Bell time would be
6
Six
o'clock,
o'clock.
right? Tickets are $15 pre-sale.
$10 pre-sale, $15 at the door.
All right, and do not miss it. There will be, I was shocked as well. I shouldn't say shocked.
Will it be alcohol?
I was pleasantly surprised at how well your last show did here. Everything just seemed like there was so much tumult going. It was a very tumultuous time for us, and you guys. Not only did you have a good turnout, you had a really good show, and I was really glad to be a part of it. For some reason, I don't know. I'm getting soft in my
And
own
you
age.
didn't even help them when they were getting beat up.
Sure
They rented
did.
your building for however much, and we just put
Right?
Where was Captain America?
I was watching, making sure their money wasn't disturbed, so that they could pay me at the end of the night. What do you?
Spider-Man flew off into the night, and then Captain America was like,
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, he was injured.
felt
He
like I
had
was
to-
watching Black Panther. I'm like, where's Thor? Where's Captain America? No one care about Wakanda.
So now GCF's the Wakanda. Fucking
Yeah, well,
SoCal
Captain
universe.
America just watched on TV. He's like, they'll be fine. He'll be all right.
He'll be okay.
He'll be okay.
They did say Wakanda forever.
Right? They put the deposit down for the next one, right? It's all set.
Oh, jeez.
So if there's nothing left, I want to thank you for coming in and wish you continued success. That's June 1 here at the Delaware Training Center, 8381 Catella Avenue, Unit J. All right. Injustice for All. Gold Coast Federation.
One love, baby. Wait, hold on.
Will he stop that pandering nonsense?
Goddamn.
He doesn't have a lot of black friends, huh?
I didn't teach him that.
I don't think
We worked on that for an hour.
Jesus.
Jesus Christ. Okay, hey, can I have my center spot back because I'm getting cold here on the end?
You love center stage, don't you?
Yeah. You know, haven't you been reading social media? I'm an egomaniac who wanted to steal a podcast.
Well, they finally got something right about it.
Yeah, right.
Well, he's
Now they're gonna
because
show
he
up.
wore Moses' shoes to the network.
What's that?
Nothing. They said he stole Moses' shoes. That's why you're cold.
Remember those little talking G.I. Joes you pull the string? No, you don't.
Well, one thing you are really good at is kicking people out. Better than Uncle.
don't know why they
Better than Uncle Phil. Just throwing people out. Jesus.
Dude, that fool, he came in here after talking all that shit and thought he was just gonna hang out. Like, here I am, hi. I'm like, I was like, God, that's white people shit. And he
Wow,
wasn't
I'm
even
telling
white.
you.
All right.
Hey man,
No,
let's
thanks.
not get the
No,
law
thanks.
involved. I call my lawyer. I'll own this dojo. Don't touch me in an aggressive manner outside of a wrestling ring.
Oh,
Our
man.
next guest had an amazing weekend. He had an amazing WrestleMania Sunday while many people were, parked in front of their couch watching wrestling history. This man was in a wrestling ring making wrestling history.
Yeah.
For the first time ever, Orange County Championship Wrestling's champion was also the champion of another organization as he came in and took the title from Vintage Dragon in his own hometown, the Lucha Pro Wrestling Arena. Ladies and gentlemen, to give us more information on this moment, please join me in welcoming and congratulating Gusten Thunder Uberstud, the Orange County Championship Wrestling.
Don't mind me. I'm moving a little slow. I got a lot of extra weight hanging off of my tummy.
He's your friend.
I wouldn't label us friends.
We are best of friends.
Oh, God damn.
You are very proud of
Wait,
me.
get in the shot here.
I'm happy for you.
You're very proud. Let's see if
Because
I
all you
make
doing
enough
is
room on this table for all these
Hey,
crazy.
man, hey.
Woo!
Oh, God.
Wait a minute.
Hold on.
We all got
all
belts.
champions.
Everybody's a champion today.
Yes. Yeah.
Wrestling is for everybody.
All right. Okay. To fill in the background a little bit, Lucha Pro is a professional wrestling organization run out of South Central Los Angeles. Now, Vintage Dragon was the reigning champion, and you went into his backyard in front of a tough crowd, in a tough building, with clearly one of the best wrestlers, if not, well, one of the best wrestlers in Southern California, and you were able to take the title. Now, there were some interesting circumstances behind it, and I just want everyone to know that the most hated man in SoCal, Jonathan Malice, was not behind it. This was, I think, maybe a situation where the members of Orange County Championship Wrestling had enough. They got tired of their names being dragged through the mud, and they just decided to fight back. Tell us a little bit what happened, and we'll go from there.
I'm going to tell you exactly what happened because I told Vintage Dragon exactly what was going to happen, and it did. He comes around, OCCW, snatching up all the victories. He comes in here, he wins the Bushido Cup last year. He comes in, he wins the Heartbreak City Rumble this year, and he thinks he's just going to waltz in here and walk right on out and take our championship back to LA with him. I said, no, buddy. No, big boy. It's not going to happen. I'll come to your house previous to April 20th, and I'm going to walk away with whatever I want. And that's exactly what I did, and he was foolish enough, after I told him I will take it and I will run with it, to get in the ring with me, and look at what happened. Big boy, your daddy over here comes back with 2 titles. I did it for me, I did it for you, I did it for you, I did it for you, even you, BA. I represented OCCW because I am not going to let that dragon come around here running around and taking whatever he wants anymore. It's not going to happen.
To be fair and to be impartial, I want to say that Vintage Dragon really took a chance. Really took a chance at putting his title on the line. We're done. All right, I'm keeping it right here. Really took a chance. Wait.
I had one of those when I was little. I put it on Scott Steiner.
Wait,
This is mine. You guys have your own belts.
Don't go far with
Really
that.
took a chance
That's an award I need to give to somebody later.
by
okay?
putting the Lucha Pro Championship title on the line. Now, I have never been an advocate of the whole by any means necessary, and what I mean by that is winning wrestling as it applies to wrestling, right? I've never been an advocate of that. I've never been bending, twisting, breaking the rules. Never been a fan of that. I've always been a fan of standing straight up and doing things the right way. Now,
upright citizens are we.
For those of us who have seen the footage, well, our producer seems to have disappeared, so we can't play the footage because who knows what he's doing. He's visiting with other famous people.
He's got better
And
things to
anyway,
do.
if you're watching, Robert, we're calling you to come up and fix this.
Do your job!
I can hear him coming up the stairs. You guys kind of didn't exactly perform the way gentlemen.
Well, damn it, who did you let go with him? You sent Camacho and Eddie Vice with him, and you expected them to act like upstanding individuals?
You know, well, Chris Camacho is okay. Good point.
He almost got stabbed on the way out. That's what Camacho
When I noted
did.
the referee, I thought perhaps you had things in hand.
Did you? Wait a minute. Did you see Chris Camacho's match earlier? He had to fight the biggest, baddest dude in the locker room. You're going to tell me Chris Camacho is the reason that I walked away with the title after he got tossed around that building?
I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying that there's any one reason for you winning that title. Now, Eddie Vice got involved. Am I wrong?
You're not wrong, but I wouldn't exactly say your implications of what I did or didn't do are exactly accurate, Don Malice. I mean, I had to have some protection. Okay, I go up in a territory that's not my own. You know, I don't want some little abuelita pulling out her little shiv and stabbing me in the butthole while I'm walking off with their title. Okay, so I had to bring a little protection.
Of butthole play.
It is not my fault. It is not my doing. What Luis Tapia did in that ring.
Luis Tapia. I didn't even mention Luis Tapia.
Yes, you did.
Luis
You said the
Tapia was the
referee.
referee.
You said the referee. He was the referee. He pushed me. Before anything else happened, he shoved me to the ground, and I got right back up on my feet and won that match. Oh, and when he shoves Vintage Dragon to the ground, everybody's going to act like, oh, no, you cheated. I didn't cheat nothing. I got mine. He got his. I walked out with the belt. We both got thrown around by Louis Tapia that night.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
It's true. Watch the footage. Producer, play it back. Oh, he's not here. Well, you're just going to have to take my word for it.
Well, that said, you know what? While I am very happy to have another title here in our house, I don't feel real good about the ways and means you went about getting it. So,
come on, John, you are here in Stanton, and you talking about people doing stuff the dirty way?
Who made
Come on.
Luis the referee? Luis ain't usually the referee at Lucha Pro.
Last time I saw Luis, I think he was here in this dojo.
I applaud you for not putting him
Training
in the sharpshooter.
and hanging out.
Luis is the most impartial referee I have ever been in the ring with. He put his hands on both wrestlers. He did. You watch the footage. It happened. He put his hands on me first.
Can you run that for us, Robert?
very
Can you
athletic
run
man.
that video?
Which video?
The one of his match with Vintage Dragon this weekend?
So don't worry about it. We got all night. Take your time.
So let's delve into that a little bit. Okay, so let me take a look at that belt, please.
You may look. See?
It's beautiful.
Let me see.
he said, you see with your eyes.
Don't pull a Chris Camacho on me and go running out the door.
That's not Chris Camacho. What's that guy's name? Deep Six or whatever it's called.
The blacksmith?
Yeah, the guy who ran away with the belt.
Aragon.
Aragon, yes.
There you go.
That's really nice. Okay, it's getting heavy. Can you grab that back?
Yes, I know. It's a good workout,
That
right?
is Very cool belt. You know what?
Oh,
I
just
take it
get a
back.
quick
I take it
workout
back.
while I'm here. Oh,
I'm
yeah.
glad you came back and brought that nice belt. We're gonna make some adjustments to it, maybe, and maybe meshing of the two to look a little bit nicer.
We could throw a little OCCW on there.
Now, don't go putting your own logo on the front of the belt. That's been a problem periodically.
That spins.
I'm like, how about we just call it the
Biohazard would look great right in the middle here.
OCCWLL.
Yeah, we're gonna make some adjustments, all right. If Vintage Dragon thinks he's gonna walk back in our house and take away this OCCW title, I'm gonna make some adjustments to his face. You hear that, Vintage Dragon? I hope you're watching. You come in here on April 20th thinking, I'm just gonna beat up on Goose and Uberstead like the way I beat up on 19 Men in the Battle Royal. I'm gonna put you over my knee and I'm gonna spank you and I'm gonna send you all the way back to LA empty-handed.
Can you make your belt spin? Can the belt spin? Can you make it,
It was this weekend, Lucha Pro. Can someone send him the...
I'm looking at...
Okay, so as we go along, you do have a match April 20th, and I can't believe we're an hour into the show and we haven't talked about the Bushido Cup. Bushido Cup, April 20th in America.
We mentioned it in passing earlier, I believe.
Okay, yes, but we had Tony come on and talk about his promotion. We had the GCF guys come on and talk about their promotion. I think it's only fair we talk about our promotion.
Well, we saved the best for last.
Fair enough. We even talked about Vince McMahon's promotion.
Well,
that said, April 20th at American Legion Post 716 in the open air, outdoors, under the sun, under the moon, under the stars, we will be having our second annual Bushido Cup Strong Style Tournament. 8 men entered. 1 man will emerge victorious. Come see the likes of Drew Masters, Damon Devine, Mikey O'Shea, Freddie Helmuth, Freddie Chiver, and so many more. We'll have the tag team titles on display. On display? Tag team titles on...
Wait, what?
They will be defended, right? And this man, Gusten Thunder Uberson, the OCCW
and Lucha Pro
heavyweight champion, will be defending his title in a mandatory title defense against the inimitable Vintage Dragon. Now, as soon as you see this video,
let me pull out my phone during the show real quick.
Reenact it real quick.
Well, I was gonna say, hey, get some of those little, get some of those little wrestlers. Okay.
Let's not do that.
I'm like 95 years old.
Here, you be the referee. You be the referee, John Malice. Hey, you be the referee. Oh, he pushed me. The referee pushed me. Oh. Why is the referee beating me up?
Uberstood. I'm not nearly as good as you are. If only I had trained more, Uberstood. Oh God.
1, 2, 3. And no! Lucha Pro champion!
There it is.
Yes! Despite all of the odds, despite the referee pushing me to the ground and beating on me, I got up, I climbed the Lucha Mountain, and I took LA by storm. I pinned him.
They're gonna send me back.
Hey!
That was awesome.
Back to Nicaragua you go! Here, let me help you get over the wall as I just Goodbye!
Damn it.
Dream has died. Burn the building.
There's only one word.
You are
Damn.
only 2 words. You're welcome. 3 words. You're all welcome.
Would you like to buy some oranges, Mr. Uberstood?
Where did you get those? Is that some kind of crazy contraband?
I have not
Where
been
did
living as a wrestler. I need to
all right, that's enough. Put those away. Sit down.
Seriously.
Jesus Christ, cabrón. Yeah? There's only so much you can take from these people.
Yeah, don't take stuff.
What do you mean, these people?
You are racist. What do you mean?
I go and I win belts for you and I bring them back to your promotion and then you belittle me by these people. Good grief.
I'm sorry. You're right. I take it back. I take it back.
2-time champion.
I take it back.
You must respect
I should not have said these people. I should have said those people.
Those people.
John Malice appreciates the yummy.
Yeah. You want yummy? You can have yummy right now.
Doing big business.
You know what? Congratulations.
Thank you. Finally.
On winning
a
prestigious, long existing title in Orange County or in Southern California and bringing it back to Orange County. by all means, you're going to have to defend both belts on any of the shows that we have, whether it be there in Lucha Pro or here at OCCW.
You can't tell me when to defend the Lucha Pro belt. I defend that belt when I say I defend that belt.
Or when Lucha Pro says you defend that
Or
belt.
maybe when...
Yeah, okay. Gustin, anything you want to tell us? Where are you wrestling next, and where can the fans see you? And
April 20th, Bushido Cup, you will see me sticking it to Vintage Dragon one last time, baby, and sending him back to where he came from, selling oranges out in front of Home Depot. But before that, April 13th, this Saturday, you will see me in Brawley, California, sticking it one more time to Freddie Chiver. They just can't seem to get enough of the yummy. Freddie Chiver, I got one thing to say to you before I get out of here. You know, I'm feeling bad. We got silver and gold and everything all over this table because this is a room full of champions, and you don't show up because you're sad. And I get it. You're sad. You don't have anything to take home to mommy, so I brought something for you. Here it is. Here's a little belt for you, Chiver. This is called the Well At Least You Tried Championship right here. And if you're lucky, I'll let you keep it on Saturday, big boy, when I spank you at the Great Taco Showdown in Brawley, California.
It look,
Put it over your shoulder.
that'll look great on the little golden piece of poop.
congratulations
Thank you
to Gustin Thunder Everstood. Continued success, and thank you for bringing the gold back.
You give that to Chiver next time you see
Okay,
him.
I'll give that
That's
to Chiver.
his belt. He earned it. He tried hard.
Take care of my title.
Now, before I announce our next guest, I know it's going to be a surprise to you guys, and I know that you guys deserve a little bit better of a forewarning, but I'm going to forewarn you both right now.
That's not really a whole lot of warning if you're telling us now.
Yeah, well, because I'm telling you now, our next guests will not be harassed by you guys. You are going to sit here, and you are going to be professional.
That's all I am.
You're going to be controlled. At least you're not going to knock over the table and ruin the microphones. All right? How about that?
I'll do the introduction.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is La Raza!
And of course, you wanted to do the introduction. Like, going back to your old heyday.
I'm just bringing back, throwback.
Why do you think we'd have problem with them? Obviously, we do business. Where do you think I got the oranges?
Give me some room. Give me some room.
Thank you.
Come on.
I regifted.
You guys are not in the shot.
Two super heavyweights.
If you look closely,
Come on over.
that's a TV.
There's no reason for him to be in the shot.
You know what? This is very awkward for me. This reminds me of the time when I had the girl I was seeing show up at my house with the girl that I was going out with, and they both sat on the couch.
And you're trying to figure out who was the baby daddy, right?
No, I was just like, you know what? No one has to lose, right?
That
But
sounds
that's
like the
not
beginning to
case
Two Girls, One Cup, John.
No,
That's
no.
This,
Two girls, one John.
this looks like every night.
The views and opinion of Marcus Frey. Juan.
You all look familiar to me.
Words.
Okay, let's talk a little bit. La Raza, you have recently
We never went anywhere, Juan. You know that.
My name is not Juan. It is John.
Accept it.
Don't be ashamed of your heritage there,
I am
Juan.
not ashamed of my heritage. My daddy's name was John. My name is John.
What's it say on your real birth certificate? Juan.
So then why didn't you name your son Juan? Why'd you have to name him Danny?
Yeah, trying to steal an Irish name.
It's Daniel. Daniel.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
First name Bob, last name Oso.
Yeah. His first name Al, last name La Verga. All right.
Hey,
your choice. Don't blame it on us.
You're accepting it.
No.
You finally accepted it, Juan.
No, let's move on. We're not talking about that.
Now, see, I think the Lucha Pro belt looked like it was made out of copper or bronze, and we have the silver, so ours are better, right? You know.
And Gustin has the gold.
Climbing the ladder. Yeah, we've got the gold, the silver, and they're like.
I see you eyeing it over there, big boy.
Because I'm trying to take that. Hey, you ain't
can
gonna keep
try
it for
all
long.
you want.
Keep it warm. Keep it warm, but
it's gonna stay warm.
It's gonna stay on
touching my belt. You held
this
it
shoulder.
like a year.
La Raza, you are the two-time tag team champions of Orange County Championship Wrestling.
And that's where it stops.
Okay.
2 times.
2 times.
You know, B.A. Marcus Frey, you better relax before
Before what?
Alexander Vega puts you in your place.
Get out of here.
Because I'm not sitting next to you.
Alexander Vega and yo punk ass ain't doing nothing.
Oh, strong words from a strong mouth.
Strong
right?
words from a shadow over here.
Ooh.
I don't know what that means, but it sounds awful negative to me.
Calling him.
But they're just trying to say that BA just shadows off any tag team that he's at with Othello. Right now, this gentleman over here, Azrael.
True gentleman.
Obviously, people want to align themselves with greatness because then that's when they take home championships.
I beat it. I won. We can't just be tag team.
Okay.
Take the belt from us.
Oh, no.
Okay. This is getting okay. All right. Let's not get chippy here.
He's
All
saying
right.
a lot of crazy things to me, man.
Go.
He's whispering, how do you keep your tag team bond so fresh with you and Alexander Vega? After all these years together, what keeps the fires burning?
It's the beard.
A little hard work.
You have to find
The
time for
beards.
each other.
It's the
always hard.
beard.
They brush each other's beards.
Ain't no shame in my beer game.
Yeah.
All right.
Do you just wash his back?
This.
Like Bert and Ernie.
I heard you guys
No
have
comment.
like powdered soap in the shower. That way it takes longer to pick it up when you drop it. No.
Oh, man.
All right.
It's laundry
I don't
detergent.
know,
That's
John.
laundry
We didn't learn
detergent.
anything from you, so I don't know.
No, you didn't learn anything from me. That's
One.
right. All right.
One.
That said, La Raza will be the #1 contenders to.
Are you sure
the
you're
name of
why,
your team anyway?
why are you #1 contenders? Did you win a tournament
Exactly.
of any kind?
Because they
Because
walked
Never
in the
gonna
room
tag
and
team
claimed
gentlemen.
it. That's all it
won a
was.
legitimate tourney for these?
Because La Raza is
Look,
the only.
I demand
The
to
only.
go to a
No.
16-team tournament.
A 16 team.
8-team tournament.
A 32, a 64, 128 tag teams versus La Raza.
It'll be March, April, and May Madness.
You never seen, the college basketball. You have
Yeah.
a bracket filled out, and you're like, the two security
I don't
kids.
think there's 128
Bert
tag
Ernie.
teams in Southern California.
There's gotta be, man.
I don't
There's
think
gotta
so.
be. Yeah, there is. Get some of the fans. Book on
You can be just like WWE and
Maybe
just put you guys
security
together.
guards.
A lot of
Oh wait,
places,
you are.
a bunch of
Just
guys.
just
Or
throw
maybe
throw
security
security guards in there, throw some students in there, throw whoever you got to throw in there and say, hey, go through these guys and then you'll be
Gotta
#1
work your way
contenders.
up, man. Can't just be getting handed
You should make
things, taking our
Vintage
jobs,
and Drew
taking our
Masters a tag
opportunities.
team. That'd be a good one.
never paid me
Drew
for those
Masters
oranges.
a tag team. Why you want to beat them up too?
Drew
I think
Masters
Vintage
more than
Master
anything.
and Johnny Sunset.
And vintage.
I think that's
Johnny
that's
Sunset
what
and
you said
Vintage
there.
Master.
Oh, Vintage
Because the
Masters.
sun is setting on Vintage Dragon's career. He's a
I
very
see.
old man.
He's younger than I
And
am.
obviously he couldn't. Oh my God, you're the same age?
No, he's
Dear
younger
Lord.
than I am.
Oh, by like 6 months.
Oh, damn.
Is that why you like him so much? You're like, hey, remember when Nixon was president? And he was like, boy, do I. Those were good times.
No, we talk about the time we met your mom, but that's
Oh,
another story.
Oh,
Are we
He
gonna
said
do
he
that
said they
story?
talk about Vietnam. That's what he said. They talk about
Good morning, Vietnam.
Good morning,
Wait, wrong
Daddy's
show.
mom. Now go home. All right. So that said, what is that?
I'm just seeing how it looks.
You're doing it wrong.
He's throwing the
They're
I love you,
basically
brother.
The same.
He named all of his sons Danny. That's a
he's
good one.
trying to make that the new family name.
Danny Devine.
All right.
Jeez.
Is that why Danny Devine is in the Bushido Cup too?
I mean, he
Divine
has
is
a bald
not in the
head.
Bushido Cup.
You know.
Danny Divine is not-
Spider
Okay,
Dad. Quit
let's
touching it.
All right, we're up against.
You've had it long enough.
We're over time now here.
Yeah.
I want some parting words from you guys. What the team of Azrael?
John,
VA,
come on,
has
don't stutter, don't stutter.
Team Salt and
Come on,
Pepper.
Keep it,
Salt and
keep it
Pepper.
calm. You know what?
We are separate but equal.
Separado.
Yeah, Ebony and Ivory. You know, John, me, Alexander Vega, and the fabulous Freddie Flores never got an opportunity to get back at these tag team champions after, unfortunately, Team Exodus did have it to best us. And we never got an opportunity to fight Exodus, or else we would have taken the belts from them and not these two put together team, you know? And trust me, BA, Azrael, I have respect for you guys, but La Raza, we just know how to get it done. So hold on to those for as long as you can. Give it another week or two. Don't worry, it'll be back on the Raza side.
Anything from you, Freddie Flores?
Yeah, there's one thing I want to say, but unfortunately,
No, hey, no.
Hey, I'm cutting
no,
off.
no,
Hey,
no,
what
no,
up?
no,
What up?
no, no,
No,
no,
no,
no,
no,
no,
no,
no,
no,
no, no, no, no, no, no, no, no, no, no, no, no, no, no, no, no, no, no,
Well, this is OCCW. This is Joey the Bull. We'll see you next week.